Hello Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading for the week of the 4th going through to the 11th of July. I've done some July readings as well, which should be out after this one. You should probably see it. They're amazing readings. It's a sort of reading that sort of help the human race to evolve and should be shared far and wide. Here we go with the Astroflower. Loads of links in the description below if you want to learn about the Astroflower. Just quickly, here is your relationship side, emotional sort of side. Here is your financial sort of side. Here's the overall energy going forward. And this is the karmic messages for the week, the relationship and the financial sort of side. And this is the outcome or the combining message for the two pathway, how they fit together. Now it leads into the future. If you're already supporting the Astroflower, thank you very much. If you want to support the Astroflower, it's very simple. You just need to subscribe and click that bell to be part of the Astroflower family. So let's just see what's going on here. Transition. Why more transition? It appears to be like, it seems to be never ending, the transition, that sort of going from one state to another. And it's a desire that sort of maybe within you to sort of have things a little bit more sort of poised and set in place. That's what seems to be the overall sort of energy here. Let's just see what's going on here on the overall energy here on this sort of part here. It's like a journey where you've got, it's like, okay, I've got the idea of a chariot, yeah, with one set of wheels smaller than the other. So what happens is the chariot just gets pulled in a circle like that. And it seems to be that there's aspects of your life, I think this is more sort of financial more than anything else, in your position of physically where you are in life, where you're living and stuff like that. That seems to be pretty much set in place within you. And it's the emotional sort of side that is sort of like, it's just, you know, dragging on. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's a certain movement going forward, but at the same time, there's also certain little things probably that you need to, you know, just cross a couple of T's and dot a few I's to get things sorted, really. Let's just see what's going on with your karmic message within this respect. This is on your relationship side. Being straight as a die. If you're straight, then, you know, people can't, you know, try and, you know, manipulate you or create problems for you. And it's the straighter you are, this might be really boring for like having a really boring position. So not having any extremes of either one side or the other. And learning that aspect of just sort of like, yeah, 10 of Pentacles, of just having that persona of that person that has everything at their fingertips within relationships. And you probably do. This is the thing. It's when, you know, we tend to get involved with the outside world that things go a little bit awry. And this is more sort of like, I think this is more sort of like, you know, feeling at home with yourself. Feeling at, you know, feeling at happiness with the resources or the way in which you have your relationships with other people. And this could be sort of your partner, this could be your friends, family, or your community. If you do that, then it helps other people to position themselves when they're in the relationship with you because you have positioned. And I think this is more of a case of this. So it's a case that you do have these resources and it is just a case of sort of stopping for a moment. So almost that everyone can sort of like position themselves before going forward. Okay. And the positioning comes initially from yourself. So it's all about positioning and that, having the resources within relationships, the emotional, profound aspect of relationships. How's the universe trying to guide you here or trying to influence your karmic message? You could have a 40-foot wave that could be as smooth as glass. It's a really powerful wave, but as it's coming in, it's just sort of like having that lovely hump rather than being all choppy and stuff like that. It just seems to be really strong and consistent. Ace of Wands, so having that passion within you to live, I guess. And it is building really powerfully, that wave. And they're trying to build that passion within you. So at the moment, you're learning to be still and have that persona that I have everything. And as you do position yourself, it's going to open the doors of future, passionate relationships that you can have with people around you. And the universe is trying to help you to see that, I think, and help you to feel that and help you to understand that through your journey of the possible passionate, futures for you. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence that sort of karmic message. Some things are not worth winning, and if there's not a fair exchange, do you really want to keep giving for no returns? And your guides are almost sort of saying, it's your call. But at the same time, they're a bit reluctant about investing in certain relationships that don't actually, the people are not really investing either their side. So Two of Cups, I think it plays back to that Ten of Pentacles. Of actually realizing the happiness that you can have in your relationships because you just slow down and stop and not trying too hard in your relationships, just trying to make it as easy as possible and allowing people who have not got your best interests at heart just to sort of almost just run through. So you just kind of like, yeah, hello, bye, sort of scenario. Nothing nasty, and and they might sort of like take your bottle of water as they run past, and you kind of go, yeah, okay, well, just take that, as long as you don't take the entire house. But it's actually, I think your guides are trying to encourage you to actually feel at one with yourself in order for you to feel at one with the relationships that are around you. How do the guides influence that conversation within you? I think it's tied into this Ace of Wands here. And I think that those guides are recognizing that pleasure and passion that can be built within you. So that they're playing with your curiosity within the conversation that is within you. The devil, that is you, and it is all about curiosity. The devil's going to present you with loads of things, and you've got to choose what you want. He shines his light on the greater landscape around your path. It's up to you to see whether you are tempted to deviate from your path and go off. I think it's here is you just got to be a little bit careful that that curiosity doesn't take you too far off and too away from this side here, because you have two sections going on. You have one section of your guides allowing you to have a physical, stable, serene relationships that are around you, and then you have the universe and your guides that are sort of kind of trying to install that passion of that journey. So there's obviously a moment coming up at the moment. There is a situation coming up at the moment where you may decide that enough's enough and I want to move on. And it's sorting the chaff from the wheat in a way this week as well, in that respects of your passions going forward in regards to what you feel at home with now. And there just may be some relationships that just don't work because there is not that fair exchange, or the other person is they're just not being honest with themselves, therefore not being honest with you, and it's just kind of, you don't want to run around chasing butterflies and pipe dreams that don't ever come true. That's what it feels like with me, and it's, I think it's a good stabilizing week for you within the relationships. And I think all the earth signs have had this situation going on. It's really concentrating. This month seems to be concentrating or really focusing on your elements. So earth signs are really earth signs. So that's what it seems to be like. Let's see what's going on the financial sort of front. This is a lot more vibrant. There's a lot more possibilities. There's a lot of different things going on for you, where you may be, you may have more than one iron in one fire, as it were. You got loads of irons in the fire at the moment, and it's at some point you've got to, you got to take them out and whack them into place. That's what it seems like. There seems to be a lot of cultivating of a lot of different irons in different places at the moment, or a lot of irons in the fire, as it were. Let's just see what the karmic message is coming for you. If you know where you've come from, you'll realise that there's a lot of things that could cause you, that could help you out in the past that you may have forgotten about. And it's just sort of like, there's something you could have done in the past, which actually at the time didn't really serve you much. But now you're in a different situation, it could be really good for you. So it's sort of like realising that everything that you've learned in life has been for a reason. And it's going to help you clarify the successes that you want in life. Yeah, the long journey. This is it. These are long plans that are coming to fruition at the moment. It's a massive wall of water. It's not even a wave. It is like a tsunami. It feels like, as if like it's a block of water that's moving forward. It's not even cresting. It's just gonna, it seems like you're gonna obliterate the world around you. That's what it feels like. Really good, very powerful stuff. And it's been coming from a long way. But there's it feels like that there's major progression and major advancements in life for you. Let's just see how the universe is trying to sort of influence that sort of karmic path. You just desserts. I think it's encouraging you to, you're enjoying that moment where you kind of things are really starting to fall into place and work. But because they're starting to work, it's also going to give you an idea that I can push it even further on down the line. So just allowing possible dreams to come to the surface without getting fixated by them, because you can enjoy this putting into place your gradual success, as it were. Okay, so Page of Cups, it is a bit of a dreamer's sort of thing, enjoying that whole sort of, the possibilities of miracles, having your heads in the clouds a little bit. Yeah, that's what it is. The universe is trying to encourage you to dream a little bit and realise that from these small acorns, really big things can come out of it. It could be the fact that you've got a business already for some time, and now you've got to a stage where you might change a little bit your business, which will then send it off into a great success. Within your job, you might now have been stable within your job some time, or you've been looking for a job and you finally got a job. And then it's how can you progress and see your career path before you within that company that you're working for. Let's just see on this side of how the guides are trying to influence you here. Not accepting to be shortchanged, or not accepting bad quality, basically, by the looks of things. your guides are really being quite stringent in the quality or the or what they're allowing to be influencing your karmic path, basically. Nurturing, they really are nurturing, yeah. They're nurturing that financial success that seems to be coming, and it seems to have been coming from a very long time. And it's almost as like the universe here is sort of saying, all those dreams you've had before are possible. That's what it appears to be like. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that conversation that is within you, the mental sort of side of life. They're really quick. They're not quick, really sharp, really, they're almost whispering guidance to you. So you can concentrate more on the situation, but be really, like an eagle's eye in a way. That's the sort of scenario. So you can see that little thing moving. An eagle is quite high up, or a buzzard is quite high up, and it's looking down and it can see movement in the grass from quite a way off, like a falcon or something, or a kite. And it's quite small what they're looking at, and it's being very precise. And they're whispering more than talking to you, more than anything else. Ace of Swords, that came up in the July reading as well, in the overall energy. And I think this is very much tied into that transition that is happening at the moment, as the masks fall in July in the global, or the collective as it were. And keeping your eye on that ball and really having that precision view. This is what the Ace of Swords is all about. It's going to bring you constant victories, and those constant victories are going to build. And as they do build, then, your dreams are really possible. Let's just see what the overall energy is going on here. The outcome, as it were. I just got the eagle has landed. Is that out of a NASA thing? I don't know. The eagle has landed. It's like it's like you've made it. You've made it to a point within your life. It's like a certain journey has not come to an end, but it's like you were doing a cross-Atlantic flight that stopped off in Bermuda on the way through, and you've got to Bermuda. And you're not really doing anything in Bermuda, but you've got to a level. It's like you've gone up some stairway and you've got to a point which is really beneficial, or you feel at ease with yourself. Five of Cups, disappointment. Are you internally insatisfied, Capricorn? We probably are. I think this is like a case of you wanting more. But at the end of the day, if she realises, the thing is, with that past, I think this insatisfaction comes in with this. And it's almost waiting for this to be put into place. And it's, overall, you might be within your relationships, you might find that they're a little bit heavy sometimes, and too heavy for you. And that takes a little bit of a shine off the financial side. But I think that financial side is so overpowering that this side here has got to follow suit with whether you like it or not. It is a waiting game for you. But if you realise, if she didn't concentrate on the bad things, she'd realise she's got that cup there and the possibilities of that pathway out the back. You can't really see it on this card. I'm not sure if you can. There's a pathway that goes out the back. If she just took that Ace of Cups, that joy of living, and you've already got two aces here as it is. If she took that Ace of Cups and that joy of living, all of a sudden she'd have everything she needs to go forward into a really beautiful life. So I'd just be careful about being a little bit judgmental at the moment as well, Capricorn, because it could be a bit of a time. You might be right. That's the thing. You might be right in your judgment, but I think you'd be wasting your time, and your time would be better served, building that progressional success within your financial side, and just being that staunch person who has all the reservation or all the reserve or everything they need in order to be in relationships in a very, very stable way. So you might have had really hectic relationships over the last sort of like 2 or 3 years, and now it's sort of like things are kind of, the dust is settling, and it's that little disappointment and kind of getting, I'm still waiting for that dust to settle. I wouldn't concentrate on that side. I would concentrate on your own evolution and your expansion into the new weight or amazing power that seems to be coming down your way. Okay, so there you go, Capricorn. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family, you can join us here. It will be very easy to do. You just need to subscribe and click that bell. It'd be lovely to have you here, and also to see you on Instagram as well, where we do some extra stuff. In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.